Good morning. It's your girl, Truck and Beauty. Right now, where I'm at currently, it's morning. And so I'm waiting to get loaded at my customer. And once I get this load, I'm actually going home. Yesterday, I had a very long day. My whole day should took me about 5 hours, but it literally took me like all my 14 and yeah, all of my 14. I actually drove in like 10 minutes after my 14, so it just happened. And then at the end, yeah, just crazy. But I got to a safe place to park. There was a real bad fatality on the road yesterday. People, please be safe, be careful when you're driving. Traffic was backed up for hours, and usually I am like the queen bee. I found me a way around the traffic, but yesterday I was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm just sitting here anyhow. And I chose to sit in the traffic, but then later on I was like, that was cool. But then what happened was I did not take my 30-minute break when I should have. I took 20 minutes, I went and used the restroom, and then I ate, and I rolled out, and not realizing I had to take a 30-minute break, so that messed me up. So then I had to take a 30-minute break later on that road, and later on from that, I met another driver and gave them some product that needed to go back to our company, so it just took a lot of time. So I was like an hour and some change I really wasted. But this morning, we're not going to talk about yesterday's issues. We're going to talk about some questions that are asking me quite often. I never really answer it. I always just look over it. But I know y'all out there wondering about it, so we're going to address some of that today while I get ready for my day. So this is a get ready with me. And the question is, one, what company do you work for? I know it's been a very popular question, and I never answer that question, so today I'm going to talk to you about why. And the second is, like, how is it being a female truck driver? Okay? So, one, this is my mineral infused face primer. I'm going to just take a little bit of this, and I'm going to prime my face real good. So I got 2 squirts of this. So, people ask me all the time, what company do you work for? And honestly, I never answer that question, and I'm not going to today either. But let me explain why. I don't tell that because, one, the company I work for is a private owned company, and they did not give me permission to tell, and I did not ask for permission to tell. And this is why. Yes, they have a driver referral, and I could probably make a bunch of money off of driver referrals, but I don't want it like that. Like, I wouldn't tell you to go work for this company if I was not 155% satisfied with where I am right now, and I had complete faith that what I'm doing now is what I'm gonna be doing for who knows how long. And it's like, yes, come. It's like thebomb.com. Because I don't have that faith in it, and I know that this is not something that I would physically be able to do forever, because I do unload my truck and I do work, then I would not tell anyone else to come do this with me. You understand? Feel me? And that's just the straight truth, straight lookout. Yeah. So that's why I don't tell. I feel like there are lots of good companies out there. Lots of them. This is Maybelline Matte Pores Fit Me Press Powder in the shade 360, which is Mocha. And I use a different shade with the press powder than I do with my liquid. But yeah, so that's why I don't tell. I feel like there's a lot of companies out there who will be a great company for someone. When you look for your companies, everyone has like different reasons they're looking for companies. Some people chase money. Some people chase home time. And you don't get both. You don't get lots of money and good home time. You don't get both. I don't care what no company tell you, because this company tell you you get great home time and you make lots of money. I'll put it like this. I pay rent for a place that I hardly ever stay, and I get great home time. And that great home time is honestly like 2-3 times a week. On a good week, 1 or 2. On another week, oh gosh, y'all just fell out the sky. Hold on, you gotta get back up there. And I'm not, don't think I'm editing that out, because it ain't happening. I am not editing that out. You're gonna just get life just how it is, raw and uncut. It just, well, will be the way it'll be. My whole mouth just fell. Just boop. 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 Oh, and there you went again. What happened there? Let's see if we do this. Let's see if we can do this right here. So, did I tell y'all I stopped recording because my mouth was acting stink on me? I meant that. Okay. So, the whole mouth just go back there in the back. And we're going to do this. So, I'm sorry, you guys. For once, I think I just left y'all solo dolo. This knot has been the pain in my... It's been the pain for me. This right side up. Okay. Okay. Now, how is this going to work today? We're going to be crooked today. This completely worked yesterday, you guys. Completely worked yesterday. Oh, let's try this upside down, running the right side up. You're kind of getting a view of the back of my truck. That never happens. Don't y'all feel lucky? Yes, I'm surely not editing this out. You think I'm editing it out? It ain't happening. Bam! There it go! Ha! Got it. Beat them out. So, yeah. I don't tell because of that. There's lots of companies out there. You're going to have to do your own research. You know, maybe you want a job pulling tankers. You're going to have to look at all the tanker companies. I will tell you this. When you get into specialized companies, reefers, tankers, you know, stuff like that, it does make more money because it has more risk. Okay? It pays more than dry vans. But it has more risk. It has, you know, food, you have temperature, that you have to control the temperature. Temperature integrity is a big deal. I'll tell you that. Like, you can't have product and the temperature is off on frozen product. That product will be refused to the customers. I'm telling you. It's never happened to me, but look, I can imagine. And if you have a whole load of product like that, oh my gosh, that's the money, honey. I know how just like sometimes like one case of something like shrimp, butterfly shrimp. We had some butterfly shrimp yesterday that I gave to one of the other drivers. I had to go back to the company because I'm picking up a dry load and he was going back, so I didn't have enough diesel on my reefer. So I gave him to take back to the company while I came on to this company. This customer picked up this load because it's a dry load and I didn't have the reefer to carry that frozen. It was only 5 cases. That butterfly shrimp's like $90 for one case, one box. Okay, so you got a truckload. Oh man, imagine, you know, the amount that truckload costs. I'm not saying like, you know, what it costs to carry it, like what they're paying for you to ship it. I'm talking about the product itself, the value of the product itself. That's what I'm talking about. So I put the loose powder on, the pressed powder on. Now I'm going to go over it with the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. This is the finishing powder, and I put this on too for a little extra coverage. So, if you want a good company, I definitely say do your research. Find a company that's going to fit you. If you're going for a company for benefits, you know, I will honestly say, don't be opposed to buying your own benefits. You know, don't necessarily go to a company for benefits because you can purchase your own. Don't be afraid to do that. A lot of people are so afraid to do that. You shouldn't be afraid to do that. I'm just saying, don't be afraid. I talked to somebody who was afraid to do that, and I made a phone call for them, and they're like, thank you, it's the best thing ever for them. but you don't know until you try. You don't know until you try. I think the next enrollment, I'm not purchasing benefits through my company. I think I'm going to just go get my own. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Just going to do that. Okay, so how is it being a female truck driver? I'm going to be real honest about this. Real honest. Straight up honest. And as ladylike as I can be, being honest about it. I think it's great. And I think it has its flaws. Of course, you know, you live in a truck. For the most part. Make a fall on my shirt. Don't want to just smear it. For the most part, you live in a truck. So, you know, I do my meal preps at home. So I have a cooler. I have a plug-in cooler that I use. I plug into the cigarette lighter. And that is how I keep my food cool in a truck. So I'll cook my food before I leave, and I'll prep smoothies before I leave home. And then when I get on the road, I have a built-in inverter. So I have my blender, and I'll blend smoothies, and I'll have a inverter. So I also have a microwave, and so I microwave my food. I don't eat out as much. Every now and then I do, but lately I have not. Matter of fact, when I did my budget this past 2 weeks, I give myself a $100 food budget, and then instead of eating out with that $100 for 2 weeks, and that's cheap eating out. $100 for 2 weeks is really cheap. So that's what, 14 days to eat out. And so I took that money to the grocery store, and I spent $90 at the grocery store. So maybe I kind of overspent, but I really didn't, because I got good quality food, and it actually is going to last me. Like, I didn't cook all the food. There's still plenty of food at home that needs to be cooked. That's lasting me longer than 2 weeks. And I just meal prep. I meal prep my food. And so I wouldn't say that is part of being a female. I think that it's easier because as a female, I don't have to get out and go into these truck stops as much. You shower at the truck stops. Okay? So, yeah. I have to go to the bathrooms at the truck stops. A lot of people like, why don't you get a bucket? I don't want a bucket. No, I've never had a desire for a bucket. I don't want to start a bucket. A lot of people ask me that all the time. Well, you keep riding if you get a bucket. I don't want a bucket. So I stop for my bathroom breaks at the truck stop. That does take more time, but that means for me as a female, I'm going to leave earlier wherever I'm going. A lot of the guys, you know, they got to use the bathroom, they get a bottle, and they use the bathroom in a bottle. And I know it's true. I see lots of pee bottles, the jugs all over. I'm sorry, it's just part of the game. If you're thinking about being a female truck driver and you can't stomach that, don't do it, because it's just a part of the game, honey. Baby doll, sugar plum, berry, iced tea, sugar. Yeah, a part of the game. It's gonna happen. Whether you want to deal with it or not, it's going to be there. I need to pluck these brows so badly I do. So this is Salon Perfect Done in One. Focus, focus, focus. Not focusing. Eyebrow pomade. And it comes with the angle brush with the spoolie on one side and the angle brush on the opposite side. And this is in dark brown. And so I just take it and line my brows. Let me tell you something, ladies. My brows are sisters, sometimes cousins. And the reason why is because I don't pluck them as often as I probably should. And they're not going to look the same. I'm not going to spend 30 minutes of my brows to, you know, in the truck, 30 minutes of my brows to fill them and then go back and highlight them, erase them. You know, I'm not doing that. Not in the truck. I'm just not here, not now. So I don't. So, but that's some things. Now lately, I've never really had this issue before. I can count 3 times I've had an issue about being a female and going different places. One was one time I was at a customer in Orlando, and I got there that morning, and I'd been there all day long. And what happened is when I went into the customer appointment, like 7 o'clock that night. Turned out everyone's appointment was 7 o'clock that night. I didn't know that. So I had been there all day. I had to park on the street and take my 10-hour break on the street. I was trying to get my load off early, honestly. I was trying to get off early and keep on going. But it didn't happen that way. So that night, when it came time to unload, I don't have a CB. I don't have a CB, 1, because I slip seat. And 2, because my company doesn't provide a CB. Like, I feel like if I slip seat and I don't have the same truck, I'm not assigned to a truck, you should provide me a CD. Because obviously I can't put a CD in a truck. This is some bronzer. It's a non-name brand, something I picked up from the store, from, I think, Bell's Outlet. So I'm using this as my blush. But they don't provide CDs, and since I slip seat, I can't put a CD in my truck. So when people are talking to me on the CD, I don't hear it. I don't get it. So that's not cool. But it is what it is. So I had been there all day, and that morning when I got there, I went in the wrong entrance by mistake, not knowing where I was going. And the guy said, "You came in backwards." I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry. Which way I come in?" He said, "Come in the first entrance." So I went back and parked on the street. That night when I went in what I thought was the first entrance. Turned out that wasn't the first entrance. Sorry, mistake. I'm human, right? Yeah, cool. Well, hold on. Hi.
Did I scare you?
Yes, you did.
I just get some geared up.
What? You want me at the door?
What time you appointment?
9 a.m.
9?
Uh-huh. Still not editing this out.
What, they say your load ain't ready?
He said, "Are you the boss?"
No, I'm a loader.
Okay, he said he got to wait on the boss. Because he don't know if they count the load.
Say it again?
He don't know if they counted the load. So I got to wait on the boss. What time the boss going to work?
Huh?
What time the boss going to work?
9?
What? I'll be here at 9.
Yeah, 9. You got nowhere else to go?
Yep, that's why I'll be here at 9.
So when you get this load, where you going with it?
Well, I can't tell you that right now. I'm on camera, and I'm not editing this out.
You going where?
I'm on camera, and I'm not editing it. For real. You need anything else?
I ain't no camera. All right.
I just can't get that information on camera.
Huh?
I can't get that information like that on camera. All right. Thank you. That's another part of being a female truck driver. He just want to be nosy. He just want to sit here and talk to me. Just that's why I'm not editing that part out. Like, you just have to go through this stuff. Like I'm on camera. Can you leave me be? Just a little bit. But anyways, so at that particular customer I was at, I'll redo that. At that particular customer I was at, I went in the wrong entrance, whatever, and I didn't mean to do this, y'all. I accidentally cut several truck drivers. Well, it is what it is. Not intentional, so hey, say something to somebody and let's go on. Well, the guy thought he was going to intimidate me. I might have told a story before. He thought he was going to intimidate me and make me back my truck up so he can he can get in front of me. That ain't happening. Because of that line move, he didn't move and I did. That wasn't happening. You pay attention. And because I gave him an opportunity to cut back in front of me. But he didn't. And so apparently they were trying to talk me on a CB. Didn't know it. Need a CB. Drivers, you need a CB. And yeah. So I didn't catch that because I ain't have a CB. Well, long story short, the law was almost called. And it wasn't on me. But him and another driver thought they were going to intimidate me to make me move out the spot for them to go first. Okay, so another story as a female truck driver. I went to a customer It's a customer that my company goes to all the time. We're very well known around there. Matter of fact, as much as I've been there, the lady at the front gate that works security, I'll call her grandma. And the guy that works at the front gate, I'll call him Cousin Skeeter. I just gave them random names. I know it. But she is definitely somebody's grandma. But she was the sweetest pie. When I pulled up the first time, she was like, "Hey, honey." And I was like, "Hey." And she's like, "Now, you're a pretty lady. Now," and she asked me some questions like, "Okay, where's your driver license? Okay, what's your pickup number? Okay, now what's your AFLAC score? No, what's your FICO score?" I'm like, "Well, dang, grandma, I got good credit. Don't worry. What I ain't got good credit on, we working on, you know." But she was really just wanting to, like, prepare me for, for life. Just like help out a young person. I see a young person trying to do something right. Just help you out, give you some wisdom and stuff like that. Very sweet lady. But I've gone to that customer several times, time in and time out, time in and time out. Well, this particular time I went there, I've never had issues, but this particular time I had an issue because they didn't want to load me because I had returns from my previous customer on my truck. Not my fault. My customer my company know that when you go to a certain places, they're always gonna have returns, and that when you pick up at certain places, they're not gonna take you because of returns. Well, we've never had this issue before, where they didn't want to take drivers because of returns. Now, here's the issue I had with them. They wanted me to get an empty trailer. And so I was like, they put me in the door. And then they're like, "Well, we'll see." And so I took moved the product all the way to the nose of the trailer. And I put a bulkhead up, separating it. And their product would not be nowhere near my product. So you didn't have to worry about cross-contaminating anything, nothing like that, which is all food and it was all dry, so it would not be cross-contaminated anyhow. But their product and my product would not be together, period, point blank, it wouldn't be. But they had an issue with that. And they had already given me a door and everything. And so then they tried to get me to move out the door. I was like, extended pickups here. I've been in that customer before, and extended pickups, I've been there for 23 hours. Okay, I'm not moving out the door. You gave me a door, so I'm not moving. So I called and I tried, I worked it out that I had another driver going to come and we're going to trade trailers. Now, the thing that got me is I tried to move the product out the trailer and put it in the front and then put it back in, but it was too much. And there was another driver there that worked for my company. I was going to split it up with him and do the same thing, but still too much. And it wasn't that it was a whole lot. It's just that it was too big to fit in the side compartments of the truck. And so they still want me to move. And so I told them I had all the product out of their way, but the guy started yelling at me, fussing at me and such, talking about, "You need to get that product off the trailer. We're not loading no trailer with product on it," and all this other stuff. And he just like started yelling, like really going down at me. And I looked at him and I said, "Okay." And I went back to my truck. I stayed in the door and I closed the curtain. So it's only 3 ways they're going to get me out that door. 1, they load me. 2, I get another trailer. Or 3, they tow me because I was not getting out that door. It just takes too long. And I've never had issues with them. Now, this is the problem I had. It's the problem that really got me. That other driver that was there, he had product on his trailer. He had returns on his trailer just as like I did. He had 7 cases. I had 25. And this driver that came in after us, he had 200 cases. I had 25. They took the driver before me and they took the driver after me. They did not take me. Why? Well, I don't know. We all drive for the same company. We all have returns. I mean, we all have the same truck, same color, same trailer, same everything. Well, 1 driver's a female, 2 drivers are males. That's the only difference I know. Period, point blank. Do I think it's ridiculous? Yes, I do. Can I do anything about it? Pray about it and keep going. Now, just yesterday, I went to a customer, and like I said, what should took me 5 hours total took me like all of my 14. I get to my customer. I have a 7 a.m. appointment according to my paperwork. I get there, they tell me, "No, we don't take you to 10. Your appointment's at 10 a.m. So you got to wait in the street." It's not a place you want to wait in the street. Where I was at was across from the stadium, okay? So I'm I didn't argue with them. I went and turned around and I waited in the street because one of the guys said the line gets long. So I hurried up and got out there in the street and waited. And trucks started coming in after me and lined up behind me and coming from the other side and blindsided. And this is like a customer, you got to back in from the street. So you got to stop traffic with your truck and your trailer and back in from the street on both sides, okay? You're literally parked in the middle of the median, all right? So it's one of those places that a 53-foot trailer really don't need to be, but you make it work because you good like that. And I'll be honest, in driving and trucking, there's times there's like that. You just gotta be good like that, make it work. So I was out there waiting, and then 9 something, a truck that came after me cut me off and went ahead of me. Now I've been there since 7, so at this point I've been sitting in the street for 2 hours. So I walk back in like, hey, do you want me to catch you next door that opens up? Like, what's up? He's like, no, 10 o'clock, I'll come get you when it's time for your appointment. So I ain't say nothing. I was, walk back outside, and I sat and waited. Then he said, you got 3 trucks in front of you. Another truck cut me. I had to let it go because he said it was 3 trucks in front of me. Like by appointment. They only do by appointment now. Okay? Now, I seen the way the guy looked at me, but I felt like I can't keep going to these customers and constantly having these type of issues. It can't be me. It can't be me. It's not me. Like, but if I keep going to these customers and having these type of issues, maybe it is me. But, no, it's not me. So, what happened was, alright, so, second truck comes in, pulls out. Third truck comes in, pulls out. Here it is, like 10 till 9. Fourth truck comes in, cut me, pulls in. I'm waiting for my 10 o'clock appointment like these people have said. Okay. So this guy tells me later on he was trying to talk to me on the CB. Didn't get that because what? I don't have a CB. And I can't get one until I get an assigned truck. Which, trust me, you don't want a slip seat. That's another reason I'm not going to tell you about this company. Think about it. Every time you get ready to go out on the road for an extended period of time, you got to get in another truck and get out another truck and get in another truck and out another truck. It's not what you want to do. I promise you. So, yeah. Alright. So, the field truck pulls up and I'm like waiting patiently. Like, where are these people coming? Like, okay, I'm going to go back in here again. Field truck comes up. He tells me, are you going to pull in? I said, they told me I had to wait till my appointment time. He said, the driver said, I deliver here every Monday. There's no appointment times. Pull in. I've been sitting in that street for like 4 hours. Almost. It was 3 hours and some change. And they would not, they wouldn't let me in. They were just blocking. Like, I saw how he looked at me. And then he wanted to charge me for the offloading. For what? You're not doing nothing. This is supposed to be a cat on pallet job. And you don't want to do that. So, whatever. Sometimes, as a female, you're going to go through things out here that you don't want to go through. You don't want to endure, but you got to. And you got to have a thick skin about it, Now, that really bothered me yesterday to the point that I was like, Lord, if those people are being nasty to me, deal with them in your own way. But if they're not, and they didn't know any better, then Lord, let me find a forgiveness in my heart. But either way, I got to let it go. It gets difficult. I'm not going to lie to nobody. It gets difficult. But it is what it is, and the show goes on. I mean, if these are not things that you want to deal with, I suggest, honestly, do not come out here and be a female truck driver. I mean, that's just the basics of it. Like, you go in some places that you be like, ew, I don't know if you want to be there. I go to some places sometimes I don't want to get out my truck because it just looks like, oh, heck no, where am I at? You're a long way from home. It's nowhere like home. It's nowhere like home. It's nowhere like home. Yeah. Sometimes it be like that, but sometimes it's not. So you gotta weigh your pros and cons with anything. I'll tell that to anyone. So that's why I don't tell what company I'm with. And those are some of the things, you know, to think about if you're a female coming out here. I understand a lot of folks straight out of school, you know, trying to get out here and do their thing. Do your research before you go to these companies. Talk to some drivers, some company drivers that have drove for them companies, you know. Ask online. And just remember, at the end of the day, everything everybody say ain't going to be true now. It's just their opinion. And take it with that grain of salt. Like, that's their opinion, their experience. You know, the experience I have may be completely different for you. That is just the way it is. It's just the way it is. But I hope this is beneficial and a blessing to someone out there. Because no one told me what I would expect, what I should expect or could expect, you know, coming out here doing this. No one helped me out, gave me a roadmap or a guide. I had to come out here and learn on my own. So I really hope that this is beneficial to someone out there and that you'll learn something from it. Thank you if you stay tuned for this long video. Yep, it's Shirley said, I'm not editing this stuff out. You're going to get this raw and uncut. It's just the way it is. Including old dude knocking on my window trying to talk to me. Like, that just happens. I have these Invisalign braces. I was supposed to do a review on these. I hadn't done it yet. I'll get to it soon. One thing about these Invisalign is you can't wear lipstick. It attacks it. But, okay. So, you just got ready with me. Got my face done for the day. Yeah. So, that's one thing out of the way for today. This your girl, Truckin' Beauty. I'm about to sign off, log off. See you in another video. I love y'all. Stay prayed up. Because you got to out here, okay? All right, holla.